What's up, guys? It's Chris. This is episode 3 of Ride Along. Today's been one of the worst days I've had in recent memory on the job. It's definitely been one of the hardest days I've had as a company owner. It's been a very difficult day. Definitely overscheduled. And it's just everything that, it was Murphy's Law today. Everything that could go wrong went wrong today. It's been crazy day. But here's the thing, guys. Here's what I was telling myself, okay? And here's what you should tell yourself when you're having a terrible day, alright? Next year, you know, maybe you'll remember this day next year if it was really that bad. But in 5 years from now, man, you're probably not going to remember today. You're probably not going to remember this day. You'll probably be like, you know, even if somebody brought it up, hey, you remember that day where just everything went wrong? You know, if you're a plumber, you'd probably be like, whoa, what day, man? Every day is like that. But, you know, you're just a normal person. You're having a terrible day. You just got to think about that, the fact that this day is only one day in time. In the grand scheme of things, you know, one day is nothing. It's not much at all. I mean, having a bad day for one day is really not that bad. If you only have a bad day every now and then, you're doing pretty good. That's what you got to remind yourself. You're doing pretty good. And then what you got to do is you got to take the bad day and you got to make it your bitch. You got to take the bad day and say, man, guess what? Keep throwing it at me, bro. Keep coming. Keep bringing the problems. Keep making shit go wrong. In fact, make it worse, because I've already handled all the other shit you threw at me. Make it worse, man. Give me your worst. Do your worst. And in that, you'll find some power, man. You've taken the power back. You're not worried about what's going to happen anymore. In fact, you're inviting it. Bring it on. Let me show you what I'm made of. Right? It's days like this that show us what we're made of. It's days like this that you've been preparing for every other day of the year, every day of the week, every good day. You're preparing for this day. You're preparing for this bad day. You've been armoring yourself up, learning. Hopefully you've been learning, been listening, and you've been watching, so you know how to deal with it. You know how to deal with these problems. So deal with them. Get through them. Take a step back. Earlier today, man, I was having a meltdown. I mean, I was thinking craziness, okay? You've got to take a step back, grab a hold of yourself, and realize, man, you're in control. The bad day isn't in control. You're in control. If you wanted to, you could say, no more now. I'm done. Today, I'm done. I'm going home. It's over with. This day is done. But you're not going to do that. Because you're a fighter. You're going to show this day and every bad day after it that you're not the kind of person that cracks under pressure. You're not the kind of person that breaks when it gets tough. And I'm not either, and I'm not going to allow a bad day to stop me. I'm not going to allow a bad day to question myself. I'm not going to allow a bad day, even if it's 10 bad days in a row, I'm not going to allow it to bring me down. I'm just not. I've been through too much, you've been through too much, and you should not allow it. And if you're feeling burnt out and you're feeling like, man, you know, I've just had enough, push yourself a little bit further. Find out where your limits really are. I bet you surprise yourself. I bet you surprise yourself. As a young man, I did that a lot. I pushed myself to my absolute limits, to my absolute breaking point all the time in different aspects of life. Put myself through things I did not need to go through. went through challenges and trials and tribulations that a young man should not have to go through. And I put myself through all of that. And when I think about it now, I don't think about, oh, poor me. Oh, I went through all these terrible things. Oh, I got cancer. Oh, my friends died. Oh, my brother died. Oh, you know, you don't need to, none of that stuff stops me. None of it. And I would never let it.